Ryan Laforge, aka Surrey crew catcher. If I had to sit there and describe him, and at this point we all know who Justin Payne is. If Justin Payne is pretty much the Batman of Canada creek catching, then Ryan would be Red Hood, right? Apparently, like the title says, I think he's making a comeback. Now, he's been in the game for a while, and he used to have a website. The website got shut down, or he shut it down. I don't know what the case was. I always wondered about him because he has some very infamous catches, right? A lot of those catches wound up getting into a lot of trouble. There was one catch where he confronted someone in the mall. This guy was just pure evil, okay? But the way that they handled it was just basically assault at this point. And they wound up getting arrested. I know he wound up getting arrested. And it's not the first time he wound up getting arrested. The thing about Ryan LaForge, right? One of the things that I felt made him very controversial as far as his catches was a certain type of people that he caught. And I don't mean just the regular, typical scumbags. No, those are fine. But I mean where he caught people with mental disabilities. There's two videos. There's one where he caught somebody by a building, um, and this guy clearly seemed like he was not all there. He's on the phone with his mother. His mother's sitting there yelling and stuff like that, talking about let him go, this, that, and the third. And although this guy, I felt like he didn't know right from wrong. Sometimes when you catch these people that are not exactly in their right mind, you have to move a little bit differently, right? Like there was one catch that made the attention of the Canada news, and this guy was also mentally disabled, and the father was livid. This guy was 21 years old. Apparently, they might have messaged him first, which is never a good idea for any catcher to do. They posted a video, and they was like, "Well, we didn't see anything wrong with him." And I'm like, "Come on, seriously? You tell me that if you talked to him for more than 2 minutes, and you tell me that you didn't see anything wrong with him?" Now, I'm not sitting there saying that they can't be going out there catching these people, right? But I feel like with cases like that, and that was a severe case, maybe they should have probably contacted the father, try to get this guy some help or whatever, because he's not in his right mind. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he seems like the type of person, he doesn't know left from right, let alone that talking to a minor is wrong. Um, but to sit there and post this video online and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the typical case where this person knows they're fully wrong and they just don't care, whatever the case is. When you're dealing with somebody who have mental health issues, it's a different way to sit there and move. And maybe not posting him online, as opposed to just getting his father and everything like that to monitor the situation better, getting the cops involved. Getting the cops involved so they can really sit there and deal with the situation is the best turn. But Ryan always had this attitude of I'll do whatever the F I want, right? Like citizens arrest that he stopped. Now the point of this video wasn't to sit there and talk about all the stuff that he used to do, but also about the title, making a comeback. Because he has a TikTok, and granted, he's been posting new videos. Even now, I didn't know what happened to the guy. I thought he was, I don't know, in jail or something like that, or whatever. The guy's engaged, and he has on his front page that the website will be up soon. So it'll be very interesting to sit there and see what he's going to be doing differently. You know, is he going to be like the Red Hood of catching creep catchers and catching creeps and stuff like that, or is he going to tone it down a little bit more? Because even the case with the assault, it was just like, bro, we need you out there catching these pedos. We don't need you behind bars because you lost your temper, or the crew that you're with lost their temper, right? Because in one of the videos, it wasn't just him that was pushing him up against the wall. It was one of the female decoys or whatever that was also sitting there assaulting this guy. Now, yes, this guy's a scumbag, right? So it's not so much sympathy for him because I don't really care what happens to that person, but I care what happens to Ryan as far as him being in jail, um, as opposed to out there going out and do what they're doing. Now it is Canada, and I know the law is a little bit different when it comes towards citizens arrest, but it's one of those things where it's so fickle. It's like maybe it's just better not to do it, because he used to do that a couple of times. Like I said, the other one, where the guy kept sitting there talking about, oh, I want to go back to Langley or whatever, and he did the whole citizens arrest thing. And again, the guy with special needs. What do you think is going to want him just getting arrested? You know? And I think most people need to understand that, yeah, they collect this evidence and everything like that, but if it's not done by the cops, it's very it's very likely that the prosecutor is not going to take it. Now, I have my feelings about that. It's very mixed because it's like you can clearly see that this person's talking to that person and this person's saying that they're underage, but you know, one wrong step and then back out on the streets. And guess what? Most of those people wind up going out and doing the exact same thing. Look at EDP 445. This guy's never going to learn into he F around with the wrong parent. He's going to find out. Most of those people are just repeat offenders. They'll lay low for a little bit, but they're going to sit there and creep back out and start doing it again. Which is why I make criticism about these groups, but I do stand with a lot of them. CC Unit is a great example. The way he does things. Hell, even Alex from Predator Cultures has gotten a lot better. So I generally do stand with these groups. Even DAP, I stand with these groups. Um, and some of the people I criticize, at the end of the day, I still stand by them. I may not always agree with the methods and way that they go about it, but if I'm going to sit there and choose between that person or protect the innocent or whatever scumbag that they seem to be sitting there going after, I'm choosing that group every time. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta sit there and say. If anything comes up new, find out anything more about them, I'll sit there and do an update video. But with that being said, I'm gonna go. Let me know your thoughts about them possibly returning. What do you think of Ryan's work? And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.